Welcome to John Hanson Stadium at Carlton Field for Northwest Suburban Conference Boys Soccer, as today the Champlin Park Rebels make the short journey over here to Osseo to take on the homestanding Orioles. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Sig Ligary, and Sig, as Champlin Park coming off a really strong season a year ago. They've got a new head coach as Brady Hicks comes in, trying to change up their style a little bit, but overall pretty successful start for them, and they really expect to be in the mix come playoff time to possibly advance on to state, or at least be fighting for that section title.
Well, absolutely. You can tell by the way he's talking. He knows that the team he has is a good team, good side. They're still learning, still trying to gel. He's got his view of how he wants the team to play, so he's going to be teaching him how to do that, but I think he's got a pretty good side to work with.
For Osseo, they had a couple of weather issues, actually. A couple of early games had to get postponed. Obviously, we hadn't had a lot of rain, but there were a couple of stormy nights that they just happened to be playing on, so they that kind of slowed them up a little bit. And so one win, one loss, and a few ties for them. Tied a pretty good Park Center team the other day, and I think they feel that they had a chance. Maybe they could have won that game too. And they're kind of one of those sneaky teams that they're not easy to beat, even if their record isn't phenomenal at the moment.
Exactly, and you can't be looking at the record as what's going to happen in the game, because as you said, they gave Park Center a good run at it, and probably could have won the game, depending on a few breaks here and there. But this is the kind of team that can be very dangerous.
Let's take a look at key players in this one, starting with the Rebels from Champlin Park. They definitely have some skill all around, and a guy who had a nice year last year but coming on really strong, Sylvester Doe, has put away 5 already for Champlin Park.
Right, five goals already and 1 assist. He's going to be the guy to watch out for. He's got a lot of speed, a lot of capability. He'll be a big asset.
And a new addition to the team for Osseo this year, coming from California, Abdullahi Ishmael, and they like his potential, and you know, and a guy that may be their best pure goal scorer, it sounds like, coming in.
Yeah, well, we saw him warming up. Very good ball handling skills, knows how to get in and out of the ball positions, good at takeaways, and very good at feeding the ball up. He's a very strong midfielder.
An important week here for Osseo. They get a pretty close rival here in Champlin Park, and then they're going to be taking on Maple Grove on Thursday as well. So a week that'll tell a lot about what the Orioles will be looking like throughout this season. Stay tuned. It's the Rebels and the Orioles. The boys' game is up first. The girls comes up later on CCX. And welcome back here. As you see, a little bit of a breezy afternoon. Nice temperature-wise, and the sun's out, but I think the wind might play a little bit of a role in terms of corner kicks and free kicks, especially here, I think, Sig, as these teams get set for battle. You might see a little bit of a difference from one half to the other.
Yeah, I think you're right. The wind is coming from right to left at about 11, 12 miles an hour. Gusting, would guess right around 16, 17. Temperature 72. Dew point is 58. So nice weather for soccer.
Changes pretty quickly here when we're in September. You're starting to have the real cool mornings. And,
right.
And, you know, certainly by the end of game 2, it's going to feel a lot cooler, I think, than for this 5 p.m. start. And honestly, you're telling the wind speed, to me it feels like it could be a little bit more. I wouldn't be surprised if it's, you know, been gusting a little bit higher or is picking up a little bit as we go here. This will be a good opportunity for both these teams kind of to see where they're at too. I know they're obviously, you know, play on a yearly basis, and a couple of the opponents that they sort of look forward to playing. And Osseo, as we said, had a nice tie with Park Center. I think that's probably the best team that they have played so far. As we can look at the starters, Champlin Park on the left side, And Osseo on the right. Leo Kana, another one to really watch for Champlin Park. He had a tremendous year last year for the Rebels, and got some other veterans. Cullen Mork and Cole Bryson have been around a long time, captains in their program, and have had some success certainly along the way. And Osseo, you got a fairly young group, but they've got some veterans mixed in too. Chi Lee is a captain for them, as is Beaniam Makinen for the Orioles, as they will start the young keeper, Callan McElveen, in goal. Both teams, in fact, starting 10th graders, as Evan Martin gets the call in net for Champlin Park. And again, those guys have to be a little bit careful on the win today. Not, you don't want to be too sure and misjudge something, and be thinking that, okay, I've got this one really measured, and then have it carry over a little bit, and that's certainly the case for both keepers, whichever end you're at, one way or the other here.
And I think the one on the left side of the field is going to have the biggest challenge. There we have the head coach, Martin Brown.
Yeah, former Orioles standout as a player as well, and coming back here to coach at his alma mater. And a new coach this year, as we said, for Champlin Park is Brady Hicks. He's been the coach at Anoka Ramsey for the last 12 years, and he has come in and he said, he admitted that I've changed some things the way we play. We don't want to be maybe as direct to the goal in terms of booting the ball long and outgunning people chasing after it. He said, we really want to teach them to move up as a unit and be very controlled, possess the ball. And he said sometimes old habits creep in, and you're wanting to win each game, so you're trying your best to do that, but also balance out, getting to play the way that he wants the game played.
Yeah. Absolutely. And he also said that he doesn't mind losing a game if the team learns something and gels, and that comes back to assist them in the latter part of the season when we get into the playoffs.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about that as, sometimes you're just going to be more talented and a little faster than some teams, so you kind of can get fooled into thinking that that's okay to just, bang the ball long and go ahead and beat them. But then if you get to the point where you want to be, a section final and maybe a state tournament, then you're going to need to play solid positional soccer, and you can't just turn that on and off. The best way to do it is to be prepared throughout the season, and that is what he is trying to stress to their guys right now.
Yep, exactly. Build up your skills, build up your team playing. And looking at the keeper on the left, he's going to have not only the wind, but the angle of the sun is right in his eye. That'll be the Osseo defender, goalkeeper. So if I were Champlin Park, I'd send something in high and hot.
And here we go. Champlin Park's in white and Osseo in black as we get things started here, as Cullen Mark possessing for the Rebels, and they'll swing it out wide to the right. They'll give everybody a touch here. Working around back to Fredo Manzanares Perez. Osseo right now choosing to lay back, not coming hard at everybody, just trying to stay sound positionally here. Sent across here. Here's Kana. He'll swing it left side now. Caleb Ibarra able to get around the first defender there, and his pass dropped back, and that one will come bouncing in as it got away from the Rebels and bounces into McElveen, who will scoop it up. Header try there by Miller, but then the Rebels win it right back. Ibarra tracking it down here. Caleb Ibarra, freshman, getting a lot of playing time already for Champlin Park, and that kind of tells you he must have some skill to be breaking their lineup at that age. On the move here, Ishmael. Abdullahi Ishmael trying to send that one over for Miller, it looked like, but we're on the same page, and Evan Martin able to scoop it up. Going to play it back to the keeper, Martin, here. Over to Ibarra on the left. You can see already Champlin Park is definitely looking to play ball control here, and
Yeah, that's crystal clear. Short passes, direct. Know where your teammate's going to be. This is great ball movement right here. This is exactly what Coach Brady Hicks was talking about.
And Daenerys Perez stepping to the middle here, and then he'll swing it right side. Trying to stretch that Osseo defense out a little bit. Getting it to Kana, and he leaves it for Doe, but they just couldn't quite connect. And one of the things he mentioned, I was asking Coach Hicks about, of course, they have brand new artificial turf at Champlin Park. And he said our guys love it, but the one thing is this turf here is a little bit older. It's a little tamped down. The ball's going to roll quicker on this turf than what they've been getting used to on the brand new stuff with a little bit longer strands and everything. So, and I think we saw kind of an example of it right there, that ball kind of got away a little bit more and went quicker than what the Rebels were anticipating.
Yeah, it's good right past the forward.
Played out wide to the right here. Michael James up with it for the Orioles. It gets away. Let's see. It's going to be Osseo's throw. James will throw it in here for the Orioles. No score. We're very early in the contest here. Osseo in black, Champlin Park in white in the girls telecast. We're going to get a hold called there against Ibarra of Champlin Park. So a free kick here for Osseo. Alexis Aguilar will line it up here for the Orioles. Curving it to the middle. Rebels got to it first, but can't get it out. And here's a shot attempt that'll sail up high and wide of the mark. Is a decent opportunity there for Osseo as Makinen tried to line that one up high into the corner, but didn't quite connect. And with the Anoka Hennepin schools, which Champlin Park is obviously part of, and also the Elk River School District and Totino Grace, all going to turf. I believe the entire conference now in the Northwest Suburban is artificial turf fields, which always was a little bit of a switch when you were going back and forth.
Right. So are you going to miss that natural turf?
Depends on the school. Some of them that to me, a very well kept grass field is preferable to artificial. Yeah. I know I'm old school on that, but the problem is when you get the weather we have and the multiple teams playing on it, keeping it in prime shape is just very difficult.
No, I agree. I like the natural turf because it's got a better cushion on the ball. You can get your foot underneath it and get some height on it.
Rebels trying to create some havoc here as they played that ball into the box. Now headed to the front, but it's all Osseo guys there.
Yeah, it was like 5-1 black versus white jerseys. So I don't know if the Rebels missed an opportunity there to move in, or Osseo did a good job of protecting it.
Throw in there onto the foot of Kana, but he hit it a little too hard, so a throw for Osseo coming up as it sails out of play near their bench. And Rebels able to force a quick turnover, and look out, here they come. Kana looking for Doe up the right side. Sylvester Doe puts it in. Well, we talked about like to work the ball up, but when you see an opportunity, you got to go for it, and Kana got that one on his foot. He is a very dangerous player, and then dropped it over to Doe, and just like that, Champlin Park will take a 1-0 lead.
Now, we were talking at length about transition on the team. There you saw a perfect example. The switch to offense, get the ball up to Doe, and just right past the keeper. I don't think the keeper had a chance on that. Here, see it again. Nice up pass. Sees where the keeper is, finds the opening, and in the back of the net.
And it didn't take Kana any time to spot Doe either. I mean, the timing was just perfect on that. And obviously, Sylvester can run a little bit too, and he calmly put that one in. There was defenders relatively close, but it didn't seem to bother him at all. He just picked out his target and easily scored it. So a 1-0 lead here for the Rebels as they break this early deadlock here at Osseo. Doe getting his 6th goal of the season and Kana his 4th assist. Those have definitely been their go-to guys offensively this year. Nice ball here to Kana. Keeps it moving, but got a little too hot to handle there for Mohamed Ulal. He's able to pick it back up though and drops it off. They'll swing it left side now. Ibarra. Missed Kana there. Orioles getting it ahead. Miller trying to win that one back. Doing battle with Mork. Mork does a nice job keeping it in play. Finding Ibarra. And the Orioles got a little too physical on him there as Pineda, I think, bumped him. Little return to Kana. Nice passing here. Nope, nice steal though. Able to jump back in was Makina to take that one away for Osseo. And Ishmael played it out front of himself too far there. Brightson dropping it back. Doe jumping back in to grab that one, and they'll reset from the back here. Going to play it around, switch fields to Manzanares Perez. And now looking to Ibarra. Good rotation around here for Champlin Park. They're doing what they wanted to do and trying to spread Osseo out and move the ball up the field against them there. Deflected out by the Rebels. Will get a throw coming for Osseo. As Nystrom will trigger it in here for the Orioles. As they make a substitution, Jerome Jopla coming in. Volley to the middle, Kana trying to keep possession, but double teamed there, and Pineda able to take it away. Briefly regathered by Manzanares Perez, and the Orioles get it back. And knocked out by Ishmael. Let's see, I think it's going to be Champlin's throw. It is. Ibarra kind of threw that one into traffic. It'll come back out to him though. And he's able to bang it off of Lee, so a throw for the Rebels. Handball there called against Osseo, free kick for Champlin Park. They lead it 1-0, and I think it's fair to say they've certainly had the better of the play here in the early going. They look pretty crisp.
Yeah, they've been controlling the ball. They've been passing really well. Here's some good penetration on a shot that's been deflected.
Redson taking that shot as he made it past one defender and almost got by the next wave, but then the Orioles wall got to him.
Good patience, bring the ball back. That's what you were saying before, Jay. Good short passes.
Well, and I feel like it helps to keep the defenders feeling involved in the game more too. Sometimes if you have the ball in the other team's end, you can be standing around for quite a while, but they're saying if you're on the field, you're part of our offense too.
Right, and the defense can also act as a good eye because they can see where the other team is lining up. So here again.
The only thing, the issue, I see teams occasionally who they start out moving the ball moving and everything, and then eventually you're saying, but don't you have to at some point really press the other team's net? I mean, not just be moving the ball back around midfield.
Right. Well, you want to move the ball till you see where you can gain an advantage on the defense. If they show you something that gives you an advantage, then you go for it. Like we saw when they scored the goal.
Right.
They saw the opening and didn't waste any time getting up there.
Mork receiving there. And a collision as Aguilar got there, and he got the better of that when he got to the ball first, but he also looked like a little bit of a shot to the side or hip there of Kala.
Yeah, he was holding his hip. Still kind of hobbling over there. He's not coming off the field at all. Osseo with a good turnover.
Here's Lee gaining control for the Orioles. Nice job waiting for some help there as he went over to Makinen. And now though knocked away, it will be a throw coming for Osseo as we pass the 10 minutes into this one. Champlin Park leading at 1-0. Sylvester Doe converting on a feed from Leo Kana to put the Rebels up front. High bouncer, Kana trying to, but you could just see what he wanted to do there. Wait for that bounce and then go right around Pineda, but it didn't work out. Battle for it here. Rebels able to win it back. And now around to Ibarra. Slipping there was Bryson, but he's able to come back up and maintain possession. Banged ahead and didn't quite keep it in as he hit it pretty hard there, and Caden Vinar couldn't control it enough, so a throw here for James and the Orioles.
A little confusion waiting for the ball to get the ball out of the way.
Flicked ahead there, Kana trying to come up and get it. Lee is going to drop it back there. Aguilar chipping it into the air. And it will be Ibarra controlling for Champlin Park. And they're going to use their keeper Martin here.
Whoa, turn it over in your own end. That's not what you want to do.
So throw here for Champlin Park as Kala will send it in. Kana dropped a nice pass off, and now this time they will chip it long up that left side. Ibarra giving chase here. Jabbed away from him. Maybe it was going to be a corner, but he elected to play it. And ultimately it didn't work out so well. However, taken right back. Deflected away. We'll get a throw coming here for Champlin Park.
Oh, we get an extra soccer ball.
Drop back. Fredo Manzanares Perez will swing it around. Finding Nathan Collins. Going to go back to Collins with it. Nice ball to Ibarra. A little trouble maintaining control there. Pineda knocks it up in the air. Header there, and it was a strong one, and got it over to Lee. Now Osseo's turn to try and move up the field with short, crisp passes, but that one gets away, and it'll go into the Champlin Park bench, so a throw-in coming up here for the Rebels. Osseo has started to pick up a little more aggressively and not necessarily laying back quite as much to just let them come to them.
Yeah, they're starting to attack the ball much stronger than they were earlier.
Kana turning and just got away from him. Aguilar knocked it away there. Drop back over now to Pineda. Finding Chi Lee in the middle there. And he'll swing it left side. Osseo putting together a nice combination of passes here. Makinen will swing it back now to Pineda. And he'll look to come to their right side over toward James. Aguilar Sending one in, and James hustling, or Miller, excuse me, hustling after it. He'll drop it back. And then that one will sail a little too far. One of the first Osseo really setups there where they had an opportunity to at least be thinking about a good shot at net there. They didn't get one, but.
Well, they've had 2 shots taken so far, but nothing on net. And
chip to the front, it's going to be offside. Looked like it might be a chance for Miller, but he was offside.
Right idea, though. Got himself open. He got the pass over, but got up there just a little bit too early. And again, keeper choosing to do a kind of a short distribution to his defenders, let them bring the ball out. Let's see if we do it again. Yep. You know, I kind of like that because if the goalkeeper does a drop kick, it seems like they lose possession most of the time when the time gets to midfield.
Here comes Kana trying to spring Doe again. Oof, good recovery there by Ahmed Kadar. Or that one might have been goal number 2.
Yeah, I was going to say Kadar saved that one because he was off to the races. It would have been 1-on-1. What a beautiful setup pass.
Little return there to Fredo. Now they look for Kana. Oops, he kind of got a little hook around Lee there.
Yeah, he backed off just before the whistle came.
Now it bounces free again. It almost came right back to Kana. Now we will get a call going against Champlin Park, so we get a free kick coming here for Osseo. Nearing the halfway point of this first half, 1-0 Champlin Park is our score. Sylvester Doe getting one in the 6th minute here. Haven't really had much in the way of chances since that previous goal.
No, the defenses have been kind of shoring up their positions, not letting anybody get past them.
Orioles trying to spring him long there. And Mackinnon, this call is going to go against Osseo, handball, I believe. And so a free kick here for Champlin Park. Sent in and quickly volleyed out of there by Aguilar for Osseo, but then Joplin unable to control it. We will get a throw coming here for the Rebels as Ibarra will send it in. Tried to go to Kana, knocked away there by Pineda. So they'll do it again about 10 yards up the field. Kana trapping that one down to himself and then coughed it up. We get a whistle there as he was tripped up. Osseo trying to plead their case, but not going to win that argument. And knocked away there as they kind of held the ball a little too long, and the Orioles looking to counter now. Mackinnon. Takeaway there by Rebels, and now they'll try and get back on the attack. Brightson controlling it. Here's Mork spinning away, and he'll go to Manzanares Perez with a little real estate to work with here as Osseo again going to lay in back, letting him come to them. Mork will drop it off as they switch fields here. Now volleyed in. Aguilar gets a piece. It's going to be a corner kick, though, coming up here for Champlin Park. That substitutions being made here as Osseo will bring Idris Abobi in, and I haven't seen the number yet on Champlin Park. It's going to be Carter Havlick. So a corner kick here for the Rebels. Whoa, kind of slips. And down he goes. And that corner kick went nowhere near where he wanted it to.
Yeah, he somehow he slipped on the turf, and that kick went awry.
Rebels able to force a quick turnover, though, and get it back. Ibarra, they, at least in one way, they've certainly succeeded in possessing the ball, like
Yes.
Coach Hicks talked about really wanting to see.
Yeah, he has to be happy with what he's seeing so far. Of course, Osseo is seeing that, and they're starting to press up a little bit more.
Collins got a piece of that one. And it'll roll out of play. A throw coming here for Osseo. Orioles, I think, as the half has gone on, done a little better job of getting some of the play, but still, definitely Champlin Park's had the better of things so far.
Yeah, in terms of controlling the ball, they have a pretty big advantage. Like I said, Osseo's starting to press it a little bit.
Vinar runs it down, finding Doe, and then he'll drop that pass back. Mork, I think, thought about taking a shot, but instead looking for a little better opening. They'll keep it moving left side now. Ibarra. Going to go to Kana. And we're going to get a call against Osseo there, and they're a little tug around the shoulder, they say. And some of the teammates trying to plead the case there for Jahir Pineda. But instead, it's going to be a free kick in a pretty dangerous spot here for Champlin Park as Cullen Mork lining it up here for the Rebels.
That's about 25 yards out. See everybody hanging out over on the right side of the goal area. Oh, what a nice idea. Wow.
Sailing just wide as they tried to find the foot of onrushing player coming in from the right. The timing was actually quite good, and it just missed.
Watch this, 3 players in play there. That was excellent.
That's one of those where I think you kind of make a mental note that we should come back to that if we get an opportunity, something like that, because it did not miss by much.
No, like I said, they had 3 players in pretty good position.
Yeah, and in kind of layers
like
there,
tandem,
too.
Yeah,
if you missed one, the second guy would have going to have a chance as well. Kana sending it into the middle there, banged out by Kadar. Now Ishmael, he's all alone for the moment, though. Trying to wait for some help, and then just went down. And that's going to be a call on Ishmael.
Yeah, I think he got his hand on it.
Yeah, I kind of agree. He's trying to plead his case that he was tripped, but it really, once he fell, he just sort of like laid on the ball and he definitely grabbed it with his hand there, even more blatant than I first realized. He just tried to pass the ball from his hand to his foot, which obviously you cannot do.
Well, only if you can get away with it.
Right.
Nice movement here.
Opportunity out front again. Here's Doe with the left foot, and he hits the goal post.
Oh, my.
Oh, my goodness. A very nice setup there, and Doe had a lot of net to shoot at. I don't know how that one didn't go in. Instead, it's off the post.
It went square up against that post and came back in a hurry.
Here they come again with another opportunity. Orioles can't clear. Kana ripping a left-footed shot, and this one is in. Just inside the goalpost this time, as Leo Kana, they didn't get discouraged after that previous opportunity went by the wayside there, and he will put it away to make it 2-0 Champlin Park. They had 2 great opportunities pretty much back-to-back, starting with the very nice little pass there to Doe, and he goes with the quick left-footed shot, Sig said square on the post. Then bad mistake by Osseo right there. They should have just tried to clear that one. And he rips it off the goalpost, and that time they got a better bounce out of it.
Yeah, got the right angle on that post and ricocheted right into the back of the net. But great perseverance by the Rebels.
Kana will get his 3rd goal of the season right there. And so that makes it 2-0. And Osseo kind of dodged the bullet on the first one, and then the second one they weren't as lucky as it went off the inside of the post and kind of caromed all the way across and just inside the other post. And so now 2-0 Kana trying to bring it up there. He was tripped up. Yeah, and Osseo, if they had it to do over again, even just handing him a corner kick there would have been better than what they ended up doing. They ended up basically just clearing it right to Leo, and obviously wasn't by design, but that's how it worked out.
Yeah, it ended up that way, whether they intended to or not. I think you're right. They should have just let it go for the corner. Nevertheless, 2-0 Rebels, and they're still on the move.
Kala trying to cut it to the middle here. And they'll continue to work and try and stretch Osseo out here. See if they can't get them out of position a little bit. Well, instead it rolls away though from Colbrightson. And we will get a throw coming here for Osseo. Takeaway there for the Rebels, and they will look to get things started again from their defenders as Manzanares Perez will swing it around to Ibarra. Kana, just a little one-touch pass there to Vinar. Nice takeaway, and the Orioles trying to get the counter going as Lee will swing it back. Uh-oh, Doe comes in to take it now. Kana, another opportunity here for the Rebels.
Wow, the Rebels were congregating in front of the net before the Osseo defense got back, but great defensive play there by Kadar to thwart that offensive play.
Going to result in a corner kick though, and Champlin Park trying to press the advantage here as Cullen Mork will take this corner here for the Rebels. The other one was from the other side of the field, and that's the one that kind of slipped, so we didn't really get a chance to see how the wind is going to impact the corners at this end.
Yeah, it should curve in if they have it high. Nope.
Went low trying to find Kana, and it hit his foot, but couldn't get his body angled around to direct that one on net.
Yeah, I think he shot that one just a tad bit too early. Didn't wait for it to get on his foot right.
Foster Killen coming in for Osseo there. Rebels bringing Benjamin Fearborn in along with Cameron Ibrahim. Drop back to Ibarra. Manzanares Perez tracking it down here for the Rebels. Nicely played to the middle for Mork. They keep it moving. Here's Doe, leaving it now to Cameron Ibrahim. Playing that one onto the foot of Kana, but nice job to take it away by Makinen, and then he gets it right back though. Kana sending it up the right side. They're going to be offside.
And that's a good thing for Osseo because that was a well-played offense, good passing. Just a little bit ahead of the pass for offside. Otherwise, that would have been easily 4-0 or 3-0. Look at this. Beautifully played.
Strong header there, and they didn't want to take any chances with Doe there, so Kadar knocks it away. Throw here for Ibarra for Champlin Park. And we will get a call. And Doe kind of threw a little forearm or elbow there, and he felt he was kind of being held, and official spotted it. I'm not even entirely sure he made a lot of contact, but just kind of
just a movement.
The aggressive movement with the arm.
And this really goes against Champlin Park.
I think it's been a relatively clean game, but you can see that the official feeling that it's getting just a little bit chippier, so kind of calling accordingly. I think he's done a nice job, or all three officials done a nice job so far here.
Yep. That's Darren Ray, center referee. Jason Zemke is the AR1, and Michelle Warren is AR2. Yeah, you're right. They've done a very good job of letting the players play, but when it gets tricky, he gets in there and lets them know who the law is.
Get a throw coming here for Osseo. Well, they would certainly love to get one, at least, here in this half, to give themselves a better opportunity going into that second half. They really have not had much, though, in the way of offensive chances for sure in this first half.
Yeah, that's because they've been on their heels on defense. Like I said, they had 2 shots early on and nothing in the last 15 minutes in terms of an offense. But yeah, they need something to get their momentum going for themselves. Not to get a break here with the foul called against Champlin Park.
Yeah, and Osseo has had trouble scoring this year. I mean, they've gotten, I believe it's 6 goals in their first 5 games. So, not lighting it up as much as they would like, and have been shut out a couple of times. Although one of those shutouts was a 0-0 tie with Elk River. Get a throw here for the Orioles. Tried to go to Lee there, but nice step up by Mark, however, taken right back by the Orioles' Makinen.
And here come the Orioles on a charge.
Return pass was knocked away by Havlicek. It'll be a throw here for Osseo. And gain control, and then it comes right back. Here's a shot. Oh, he didn't hit it, much of it there, and Martin ends up making the save. Boy, that one turned into a great opportunity for Osseo, but just didn't get much on that shot.
Yeah, I think he didn't get his foot ready in time, and it came in kind of weak, but a nice effort.
Here's Ishmael, and taken away from him cleanly, they say, as Mark wound up with it nicely there for Champlin Park. Ishmael coming in, almost took it back. Now Kana playing it to the outside and nobody home. It's Micah Kenny got caught him over dribbling there a little bit, I think. Get a throw here for Osseo. Looking for Pineda. Here's Kana sending it for Doe. Doe shielded off in a battle. And it's going to be a corner kick upcoming here as Kadar pleading his case. I think he felt that Doe was holding him up a little bit.
Yeah, he may have been. I think also he was talking to his other defenders because they weren't getting back there. But number 6, Kadar right there, has had a really good first half. He thwarted away the Rebel attack several times.
And you saw him, little slap of the hand there to Doe. They're just both competing hard, and obviously sometimes there's going to be a little battle, but he's showing good respect there.
Good sportsmanship on both of those guys.
Mork taking the corner kick here for Champlin Park. Last time they kept it low, I think, trying to avoid getting it really up into that wind.
Well, I would get it up in the wind, let the sun and the wind give you a helping hand. But he may try a low and then try to arc it in from right to left. Let's see if the Rebels have the same setup this time with those tandem players.
Going to let these substitutions be finished off here for Champlin Park, as the referee was actually over to talk to Martin Brown a little bit there for Osseo, so we did have the clock stopped here, just over 6 minutes to go. I think he was kind of pleading the case or asking why that was a corner, and
Right.
maybe lobbying for a grab called there on Doe too.
They may have been grabbing on both ends of that one, but nothing called. So here we go.
Mork will send it in. Keeps it low again. Knocked out by Osseo, so we'll get a throw. And Mork right over there. Might as well go ahead and take it again, and he will.
Looking for someone to spring loose.
Kane cutting to the middle, knocked away from him, but it's going to be another corner kick. Orioles glad to have disrupted the play, but they, obviously would have rather cleared that one over the touchline instead, but turns into a corner again for Mork. This time gets more of it, looking for the header, more on the far post there. Doe heading it wide of the mark. We'll get a goal kick here for Osseo as they will make a substitution here as well now. It'll be Aguilar coming back in. Nice step in to knock that one away, but it will still be Osseo's possession. As they're allowed to make their substitution now. Ryan Wynn triggering that one in. And Rebels trying to gain control here. Ishmael coming hard after it though. And now they do force the turnover. Oops. Here's a shot. No.
I think the foul was called before the shot.
Yeah, you're right.
But that was pretty, right underneath the keeper.
Well, wait a minute here. Are they calling this a goal? Yeah, it looks like it's going to count. I agree with you. I thought it had been whistled down, but instead it's going to be a goal for the Orioles. Another look as stepping forward is Ishmael there, and yeah, actually the allowed kind of advantage here is Josiah Wisa was knocked down right there.
Yeah, right there.
But then Ishmael follows up and he'll put it in, so apologies there. That one a goal, 35-46 the time of the goal for Ishmael for Osseo.
So Orioles are right back in it. I think a lot of the players kind of froze thinking that was a foul.
I know, I think I assumed based on that. But I think not a bad play to let that go, because obviously they had an opportunity to get the goal there, and they did.
Well, next time we look at it, maybe we can see if the referee signaled advantage.
Kana putting it onto the foot of Doe. He'll play it out to the right side. Can't quite track that one down, so a goal kick upcoming here for Osseo. So we kind of talked about how Osseo could really use one before halftime to give themselves an opportunity, and they got it. One of their few really good chances of the first half, and it winds up in the net.
Also gives us a good opportunity to see the shooting abilities of Ishmael.
Header there. Aguilar tried to gain control, but instead Doe winds up with it. Drop it back for Elijah Abraham. Kana. He's passing in traffic here, and then they'll drop it back. Elijah Abraham finding Kana. Oh, it was out. I think he misread the line there and was receiving that pass while out. Lee will swing it around now to Kadar here for Osseo. Oh, there's Kana stepping in defensively, but he's going to be called for the foul. He had the right idea there. He was angled nicely, kind of lingering on the shoulder of the player, but couldn't quite get there without going through him a little bit. Aguilar booming it long here for the Orioles. Played to the outside now, Killen able to keep that one alive. Now Ishmael trying to get a step on the D. Ooh, and a nice little move there.
He tried to elbow his way past the other defender. Didn't quite make it around, but nice moves.
Doe gaining control and tried to send it long there as he looking to spring Alvin Harris, but instead it'll be another goal kick upcoming here for Osseo. So a 2-1 game now. Champlin Park had built a 2-0 lead, but Osseo getting one fairly late in the half here to cut the lead in half, and I definitely think, for themselves mentally heading into the second half, it was a big lift. Bang back out, Harris trying to catch up to this one. And instead it'll be a throw coming for Osseo. Harris didn't think so. He picked it up. He was getting ready to throw it in.
Being watched carefully by number 6, Kadar.
Bad turnover there as they throw it right to Kana, but then Aguilar took it back. Under a half minute to go in the first half. Champlin Park leading it 2-1. Manzanares Perez had his pocket pick. Here comes Ishmael. Got about 10 seconds to work with. Pass was deflected though. They're going to play it back to the keeper, and Martin will drill it back out to midfield. And we come to the halfway point of this one, and an entertaining first half. Champlin Park kind of dominated the early part of the half for sure, but Orioles get one late. Our score at halftime is Champlin Park 2, Osseo 1. We'll have first half highlights and then our second half of soccer coming up here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Great look at the clouds and the historic Osseo Water Tower there. 2-1 Champlin Park leading Osseo here at halftime of our boys contest. The girls game coming up later here on CCX as well between these schools. And take a look at some highlights from that opening half. It was mostly Champlin Park in the early going, especially. Osseo getting an opportunity on this one out front right there, but that shot miss-hit, driven high and wide. Here's Kana sending it ahead to Doe. Takes it in stride, and boy, that's a tough feeling for a defender when you got caught behind him like that, and Doe able to bury it. Then a very near miss off the set play there for Champlin Park. And then they get a near miss here. Doe left-footed shot off the goalpost, but they don't panic. They stay with it, and it ultimately turns into this. A miss hit on the clear. Kana pushing it to the outside, drilled it off the post, but it stayed on the inside part all the way across and in. And then here's the goal by Ishmael for Osseo. You see him, like Sig said, a lot of the players, just like us, thought that they had called a foul right before it, but to Osseo's credit and to Ishmael's credit, he kept playing after his teammate was tripped up, and they counted that goal. So they see the scoring and the stats here at halftime.
And stats are pretty close. 2-1 score, 6-4 at shots. Shots on goal is 3-2, 6 fouls each, and the advantage to Champlin Park on the corner kicks. But like I said, Jay, the first part of the first half belonged to Champlin Park. And Osseo, when they scored that goal, you could see it really put a little bit of a extra kick in their approach to Champlin Park to make it 2-1.
I feel like it just kind of changed the complexion of this one heading into halftime. The Rebels seemed in control, but now it doesn't feel that way nearly as much with this 1-goal deficit. We will take a timeout. We'll come back with our second half of play here. Should be an entertaining one here as these teams battle for the victory here in this September contest here on CCX. We'll be right back.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but all of them are pure love.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
And welcome back as Osseo trailing Champlin Park 2-1 as we begin our second half here from Osseo. And you see Abdullahi Ismail getting that goal with a little over 4 minutes to go in the first half for Osseo. Kind of a good lesson, Sig, for the players, but also for me. Don't assume that that foul is going to be called, because we saw in the replay that there were a lot of players that, as you look at standings in the Northwest Suburban, Maple Grove Park Center playing right now actually too, and a lot of players stopped.
Right.
And Ishmael thought, well, there's no reason for me not to just go ahead and shoot. If they don't count it, they don't count it. As it turns out, it did count, and Champlin Park was kind of stunned. I think they just naturally assumed they were going to be called for that foul right before it.
Well, the rule of play is if you don't hear a whistle, keep going. And then sometimes you have to watch the referee. If you don't hear a whistle, is he motioning advantage? But yeah, you're right. You don't just stand there and assume that it's going to stop. But not to take it away from Ishmael, he made a terrific shot.
Kadar heading it. Kana, though, trapping it down here for Champlin Park. As expected, I think it's fair to say Kana's been the best player on the field. He is magnificent for the Rebels.
Yeah, no question about that. Attacking the ball, pushing forward. Here's a nice takeaway from Osseo.
Dylan Wynn now gets the return.
But there's only one Osseo player to help out. Now there's two.
Done a pretty nice job here to start this half. They've looked sharper, I think, than they did in the first. Well, just as I say that, Kana jumps in to intercept that one. Kadar racing back to cut him off.
Again, Kadar doing his job on defense. He's been really active back on defense. Now we draw a foul.
Yeah, and that one was called by the AR there. They spotted that foul, which the center referee was not going to call, but she put the flag up, and as Kana did battle there with Kadar. Now sent in, but I don't think that's what his intention was there, as McElveen will grab that one. He gets his foot into this one, trapped down though. To the outside, Ryan Wynn. Pineda will swing it across. Well, already in the first couple minutes, we're seeing Osseo possessing it pretty well here, more than they did for a lot of that first half.
Yeah, a lot more. They're moving up the field with a whole lot of motivation on their side. We'll see how the Rebels respond. Get their forte is ball control, passing. takeaway.
Comes loose out front. That shot blocked. And then driven out. It kind of makes you wonder if the wind is having more of an effect than you thought, because most of the play was at this end in the first half. And now, as we flip teams, now Osseo early on is having a lot of the play too. Ryan Wynn throwing it in here for the Orioles. Ishmael gaining control, but unable to beat Mork. Driving it upfield, and then we had a foul after that ball was sent up. It'll be Champlin Park's free kick. They'll work it around here to Mork. Wrightson will drop it back. Gets the return from Kala there. Cole doing a nice job keeping possession, trying to spring Doe, and that one just didn't connect. Martin will scoop it up. Right idea there.
Yeah, he may have had a better chance with the outside, but the ball came more inside.
Yeah, I think they were
Keeper
kind
was there.
of they
The
weren't
angle wasn't
spaced
there.
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
because of the angle, he had to kind of play it more direct.
Ishmael going around, and it'll be a goal kick.
Just kind of ran out of space. He wanted to cross that ball there and be a goal kick here for the Rebels, but it just kind of feels like Osseo is playing with a little more spring in their step here to start this half, and Champlin Park's been forced back on their heels a little bit more than what they had been for most of the first half.
Well, it's like you said in the first half, Osseo needed something to get their momentum going and get some motivation. And after that goal, they certainly, as you said, they got a little bit more pep in their steps.
Unable to control it there is Lee, so it'll be a throw for Champlin Park, and they're going to go quick with it here. Mork will swing it back as they look to, now going to come back the other way actually and use the goalkeeper Martin. Hang long here. Rebels trying to create an opportunity, and this is going to be a corner coming up. And I wonder,
Wow.
I wonder if I was interesting is like they're doing maybe a little bit of what Coach Hicks said we don't really want to do, is just bang that ball up and run after it. But at the same time, they're trying to create some chances.
It's working for them. He said sometimes they stay with the plan, and sometimes they get excited. And I was questioning the defense that time. Why would you kick the ball as a corner?
Oh, and there's a header just over the top of the net. Great setup for Doe, but couldn't quite drive it under the crossbar there. Good opportunity for Champlin Park right there. Another look at that ball as he got a nice position out front and had a little size advantage too on Dylan Wynn, and that is when Osseo kind of breathed a sigh of relief, because that one could have pretty easily been a goal.
Yeah, they lucked out on that one.
The throw coming here for Champlin Park. They continue to hold a 2-1 lead as they got a couple of goals in that first half. One pretty early from Sylvester Doe in the 6th minute, then in the 25th minute, Leo Kana finishing after Doe had just hit the goalpost a couple seconds before that. And they seem to really be in command, but then, as we said, that goal late in the half by Ishmael of Osseo and provided them with a little momentum coming into the second half, and they look pretty sharp in this early going of the second. So we stay at 2-1, but it just feels like you're talking about the overall flow of the game. Osseo has certainly done much better here of late than what they had early in the game. Rebels looking to work it up, and again Osseo getting more aggressive. Early in the first half, their strategy was to kind of let Champlin Park play catch with it back short of midfield and then start to defend from there. Kala up with it here.
Yeah, now they're coming up much earlier and attacking the ball.
Driven out of play there by Pineda, but it'll be a throw here for Champlin Park. And another one coming up. Ibarra will drop it back. Kana with the return pass. Kala receiving there. Nice step up. Almost had a takeaway. Now Kala gets it right back. See, they're just not giving him as much time and room to kind of survey the field.
No, they don't. I see a lot more urgency on the Osseo side since that score.
Sent up there to Alvin Karna, who's in there, number 26 for Osseo. Takeaway, though, by the Rebels, and they look to quickly come back to the attack. Nice ball up the left side.
What a nice through ball.
And then
wow.
tried to send it for Doe out front. Really good idea there for the Rebels, as sent across there by Vinar, but
yeah, I thought that one was going to generate something, but watch this play. Nice through pass. Just misses. So this is more like it. It's end-to-end action.
throw in coming up here for Osseo as they try and push back and see if they can't tie this one up. Referee giving instruction here. I think the player that was going to throw it in didn't realize they were subbing, and he was kind of wondering why he was being told to hold up. Nystrom coming back in there for Osseo. Volleyed to the middle there. Header by Collins, but Orioles get it right back. And then hammered on out. Mishit a little bit there, and Doe trying to wait for this one to come down. And Doe does get a little bit of a step on the outside. And then he's doubled up, and Ryan Wynn knocked it away, and then they'll just hammer it on out. Be a throw coming here for Champlin Park, although for Osseo, they dodged a bullet a little bit there as they knew that Doe was kind of lurking, waiting for a mistake.
Yeah, he was looking for an opening.
Orioles will have to clear it out again. It's over the touchline rather than giving up a corner. They'll just give up the throw-in. Kala will take it here for Champlin Park. Comes back out to him, tried to cut it to the middle. Now Mork's pass intercepted. Orioles looking to counter. Whew. Collins.
Oh man, that was a serious takeaway.
Here's Doe to the middle, knocked away from him, but they've got an opportunity on the left side now. Kana ripping the shot and lifted it over the top. As Champlin Park generating a pretty good opportunity there. Started with Collins with the sliding tackle out at about the 40-yard line there, and then they went quickly and got what they wanted for the most part, but Kana not driving it on goal there.
Yeah, but I like that tackle. That was something. That ball came out there like a cannon shot.
Well, and I tell you, too, he trusted his teammates, his other defenders with him, that he said, you know what, I can risk going for this play, and it's not going to cost us, even if I don't necessarily come up with it. Here's Doe. Sending it over. Kana looking for the return is Doe. Oh, and just out front of him too far. Really good idea again, though. Those guys are creative and work well together, but that time just got it a little bit out front of him.
Yeah, again, going back to is this turf just a little bit faster than what they're used to.
Manzanares-Perez with the interception. That's a good point. That certainly could have some impact on a play like that for sure. Hillel sending it over left side, and here come the Rebels again. Kana swings it over. Brightson is open, and he scores.
Boy, could you see that one coming?
I was thinking the same as Osseo was caught upfield a little bit, and I was like, yeah, this one could wind up in the net. So Champlin Park will stretch the lead back to 2 goals here, a 3-1 lead, as Brightson had an awful lot of room to work with there, courtesy of Kana's setup.
Look at this setup. That was beautiful.
At that point, if you're Osseo, first you're just saying, I hope it's offside. And if it's not that, please miss the net, because otherwise, I mean, look at
it's one-on-one.
Not many goalies here are going to stop that one from that range. Second goal of the year for Cole, one of the captains for Champlin Park. So a 3-1 lead here for the Rebels.
Let's see if Osseo responds. They've been doing pretty good about generating their own momentum. But again, as in the first half, that last few minutes, in the last attack, you could see how Champlin Park was so adept at maintaining ball control, moving it, looking for the opening and taking the shot, and then succeeding getting it.
James Makinen now up the left side, sending it out front. Orioles get another takeaway. And then that pass from James will get through there to Pineda. And then that one into the middle of everyone, and turnover forced. Nice step up there to break that one up. Kala. And that ball was out, so it'll be a throw here for Osseo. Again, the Rebels at times, Sega, have been interesting to hear. It almost was like they might have asked permission. Coach, can we just bang it upfield at sometimes? Because they're not being nearly as patient, but it's also leading to some opportunities too. Here comes Kana. As Doe with him. Kana, great moves.
Oh, he was looking.
And then a shot off the noggin of the defender as Foster Killen getting back to break that one up. It probably didn't feel that great, but he at least blocked it.
Did the keeper?
No, it was the defender.
The defender blocked that with his head?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, in a game of soccer, you have to use your head, right?
So the Rebels getting another threat there. Kana showing some great moves. And then ultimately an opportunity on the other side, but Orioles get the block. See Champlin coming back in here for Osseo. Turnover here, and the Rebels will look to work it upfield as Kala receiving the pass there, cutting it to the middle and lost it. But then that pass gets away from A.J. Miller and will be scooped up by Martin. Oh, they almost turned it over here.
And somehow
Fredo pops up with the ball. Nice.
That's a great recovery.
Here's Kana.
It's a 4-on-4.
Goes out to Brightson on the right side.
Brightson again.
Oof, ripped that shot and just fought off there by McElveen.
So that should result in a corner.
Mork taking the corner kick here for Champlin Park. Oh, and the header. Boy, they got a great opportunity there. Osseo looked like they kind of got lost in the shuffle there, and there was some wide open Rebels here.
CDN. Well, they've been getting those corners into the guys with the right position. They just have not been able to direct it towards the net area. But
boy, and if there's somebody you don't want to lose track of, it'd be Leo Kana, and that's who he was all alone right there.
He was completely alone.
Aguilar bangs that one away for the Orioles, but they can't get it out. Champlin Park's really started to take control again here. Brightson looking to shoot it, puts it out front instead, and drilled in by Kana, and it will count. Osseo looking, trying for an offside, but they do not get it, and the Rebels strike again as Kana pumps that one home.
Boy, and you called it. That was the umpteenth time that the Rebels had good penetration. It leave the wrong guy alone. Here it is again. Little misstep there. And then clearly got an easy shot into the open net. So Kana, again, you just, like I said, you cannot leave him alone.
Yeah, and I think it's the right call to not be an offside there too. As he was even with.
Yeah, he was even with the player at the time of the ball was kicked. So now Champlin Park with a pretty good lead, 4-1. Just under 23 minutes to go in the match. And I think we were seeing another big momentum shift back to the Rebels. But I think the last two goals, Jay, were a little bit of a miscalculation on the side of the defense. Kind of caught him napping.
Yeah, and you have the feeling too that Osseo, was starting to try and play more offensive to try and catch up too. So they were caught outmanned numbers wise a lot more than what was happening in the first half. And we might have a card coming to the Osseo bench, and we do.
Yes, we do.
Looks like Coach Brown, I think.
Yeah, it was in his direction, so he gets the yellow card.
And
giving him grief.
I wasn't saying much, apparently,
it doesn't.
His response there, but
it doesn't take much. That's the amazing thing about referees. You can argue and you can disagree, but you can't say certain words to them. He's still arguing his case.
Sent in here, a high bouncer. Orioles trying to turn and get an opportunity at net here, but A.J. Miller being hemmed in. Got it out of there, though, and they stay with it pretty nicely. And Collins getting to it to slam it out.
At that time, slamming it out was a good idea. They were being outmaneuvered.
And a little frustration there for Osseo as they missed on that pass. And sometimes as a defender, you have to kind of know when to give in and regroup on the play like that. And I think it was definitely a smart one.
I think some of the inexperienced teams, you see them way too eager to just kick the ball over the touchline. But these are two quality teams. They can sense when the pressure is getting a little bit out of hand.
Drilled up the line here, and Doe coming back to meet it here for Champlin Park.
Switch it.
And we're going to get a foul called against Osseo as Mork was working his way through traffic. Pleading his case there was Abubi for Osseo. Now out to Kala. And they'll regroup here with Collins swinging it back around. This is what we saw a lot of very early in the game for Champlin Park. Switching fields, using all 11 out there, including the keeper at times, to start their offense. Headed out of play here. It'll be a throw coming for Champlin Park. They've kind of really seized control of this one back for a little time there. Osseo looked like they really had an opportunity as they pulled within one, but now it's 4-1 Champlin Park. Here they come again. Kana. Oof. Had that one blocked from close range. Kadar getting back in. It'll be a throw for the Rebels. Battle for it here, and the Rebels wind up with it again. Doe trying to get a little space, but jabbed away from him. Hilal with the nice takeaway there, putting it out front. It's going to roll all the way through, and McElveen will scoop it up. Going to be a goal kick, it looks like here. Under 20 minutes to play here, and Champlin Park has really taken control, as I said, with those last 2 goals. With Breitson and Kana netting goals, as Martin will come out to grab it here for Champlin Park.
Yeah, you have to wonder if those last 2 goals took the wind out of the sails for us, because they were moving really well. They were coming up, attacking the ball, not giving Champlin Park that much latitude as to where they were passing. Then all of a sudden they were shell-shocked, and here comes the Rebels again. Uh-oh.
Here's Doe putting it out front. McElveen with a diving play. There's going to be a little tap in there, but McElveen got his hands on it.
What a nice recovery. They were in serious trouble on that one.
Another look here as that one's sent ahead, and Doe sending it over. Oh,
that was an excellent defensive play by the keeper, McElveen.
Yep. And the decision making as to when to go was important there for him.
Timing was everything on that one.
Kala getting control. It seems like the Rebels have really figured something out in the midfield, because all of a sudden they're getting these great opportunities.
Yeah, I think they've speeded up their passing. They're not letting the Osseo Orioles get in there and thwart their passing game.
And a little battle
push,
there, and he got a little shove. So free kick here for Osseo. And the Orioles back into action Thursday and Saturday, as they'll get Maple Grove in a rescheduled one, and then Armstrong.
That's not going to be a picnic either. But if you look at the, I'll wait here. If you look at the Northwest Suburban Conference, the team parity has really been impressive the last 6 or 7 years. As we have a player down.
Mork was tripped up. That's what led to that whistle there. Looks like he's going to be all right. Colin Mork, he's one of those guys that got on their varsity early. It feels like, to me, from doing games of theirs, like he's in about his 10th varsity season. Obviously not, but
it seems that way because you call his name a lot.
Yeah. Kala sending it ahead. Kana stepping to meet it. A lot of space to work with here. And that one, as they try to send it straight up the middle, and it'll roll to the keeper, McElveen.
Yeah, that time definitely the ball had too much speed on it for them to control it. They're going to try it again.
Breitson looking for an opening, crosses it here. It'll get all the way through to the other side. Here's a shot and another goal for the Rebels. Calmly depositing that one in the net, Leo Kana for his 3rd of the game. And now a 5-1 lead for Champlin Park. And Osseo now reeling, as you can see they're caught up field again. They were badly outnumbered once they got the ball, and you see this one bounce all the way through. Nice ball there, and Kana had some time to line it up.
Yeah, watch how the white shirts are all behind the black shirts. They're getting behind the defenders and waiting for the pass. and they're actually getting pretty easy shots. So Osseo needs to be more aware of what's coming at him and be able to shift back.
Boy, it feels like a long time ago now that we said, boy, Osseo's right back in this one, and here, you know,
Yeah,
and it doesn't.
I
I mean, down the stretch, all of a sudden things have opened up, and Rebels have been getting kind of a shooting gallery going late here. I mean, they've had a couple near misses too.
Yes,
It could almost be more than 5-1.
Yeah, you can see it again. 2 forwards were behind the last line. There's a 3-man defense.
Be a throw coming here for Osseo. And the Rebels back to the attack here. Kind of wonder if at halftime Champlin Park's coaches kind of challenged them a little bit to say, you know what, you were playing well early, but we need to keep playing that way all the way through,
right.
and let's get 80 minutes out of this. And see Coach Hicks talking to Connor right there, probably saying, I'm guessing probably done for the evening here with this big of a lead. He's put a hat trick together, no real reason to risk injury or anything late here. Banged up the left side, Harris running after it here, crosses it. Oh, that one was close to being another goal. And there would have been no chance for McElveen if they'd been able to get a foot on that one. You know, it was interesting, Siga. I said to you at halftime, even though it was 2-1, it felt like Champlin Park had outplayed them more than a 1-goal margin. And now it kind of is sort of eventually taking shape up that way on the scoreboard.
Yep.
Got a little bunched up there, and Havlik unable to keep that one in as it was jabbed away and then lost it. Collins trying to gain control, but instead it's up the other way is Miller. Miller waiting for a little help to come.
He's running out of room. Miller had a good opportunity there, but like I said, nobody else was able to get up there in time. And he couldn't really pull back and wait. He had to take an opportunity that was there.
Ooh, and there's a dangerous play, and it's taken away, and a shot as Martin stops it, stops another one. And the Rebels, that was probably their worst defensive sequence of the game, a giveaway there. And Lee had a great opportunity, and Martin hasn't really been tested much. The 1 goal he didn't have much chance on, but those were probably his 2 best saves of the night right there.
Yeah, he definitely earned his keeper badge that time. Like I said, maybe the defense was just a little bit lax, and Osseo put some good pressure on him.
Yeah, that giveaway was not what they wanted, and here's a giveaway the other way, and that shot will be right in on McElveen. And I think, you know, you don't want your guys playing tentative, but you got to be sure of passes in front of your own net. We saw that once at each end right there.
You know, looking back on the first half and the second half in terms of shots on goal percentage-wise, first half, the Rebels had a 50% shots on goal. And this half, they have a 70% shot on goal efficiency.
Yeah, I agree with you that the setups they were getting were, you know, relatively easy looks, like not super contested in many cases too. And
yeah, they made it look too easy.
Yeah, and there, like I said, it really isn't a stretch to say that they could have more than 5 right now. There were a couple of opportunities that they just missed on. Battle for it there, and Ishmael kept it moving, sending it up for Miller up the right side.
And again, Miller by himself trying to get around the defenders and ends up with a goal kick.
Girls team loosening up down there beyond the field. Oh, we're going to have a yellow card issued here. Looks like it's against Champlin Parks. Mohammed Ulal there.
So we're pleading his case with the coach, but that's not going to do any good as he goes in the book.
I think they started play before the referee was ready.
Yeah, he was not ready.
Yeah, you got to wait for the go-ahead there. There's the Rebels getting set for the girls' contest. I like the short bus rides for when matching up in this.
Oh yeah.
I guess most of the teams in the conference aren't too far, but obviously for Osseo and Champlin Park and Maple Grove and Park Center, that little foursome, there is not a lot of distance to cover. And of course, especially since 610 went through with Champlin Park, and hop on that and probably beat it here to Osseo, and not much more than 5 minutes on a good day.
Yep.
Get a free kick up coming here for Champlin Park, just outside the box. Gone under 10 minutes to go. Rebels really pouring it on here in the second half, stretching what was a 2-1 halftime lead now to 5-1. Mork.
And like I said, it could be more than that.
Mork will send this one in. It is into the wall.
Too much traffic.
Mork able to beat one defender. Now playing it ahead. Here's Harris dropping it to the outside. Chip to the front. Oh, and that one just lifted over the top by Mork. They had a nice little setup there. You kind of like, even though it doesn't go in, those are the kind you go, yes, those are the type of things we're looking for.
Absolutely. I agree. You look for the pattern, you look for the positioning, you look for the opportunities.
And a lot of those things are done through a lot of repetition and practice and all that, but some of it's just seeing the field well.
Right.
Having a good feel for when do I go, creating the proper spacing, that kind of thing. Some of that can't really be taught.
True, but what they can teach them is positioning yourself to be in an offensive spot that's going to be to your advantage. But then it's one thing to teach that. It's another thing to do it in the game. When, the adrenaline's going and bodies are floating all around. So I think the Rebels did a tremendous job keeping their eye on the ball or knowing what they're supposed to be doing. And for us, they need to, maybe I'm wrong here, but it seems to me that they were not dropping back enough on defense when Champlin Park started pushing down into their third of the field.
Lee swinging it across here. Nystrom returning it to Ryan Wynn. Here's Lee being hounded though. Got the pass back. Dylan Wynn sending it over. Oh, and then a collision. Play on though, they say. Miller will leave it back here. Dylan Wynn. Crossed here, and it's off a defender and then over to the keeper, Martin. I'm sorry, that's Logan Miller in there, it looks like.
Hey, both play.
Apologize, didn't notice Logan had replaced Martin there.
Yeah, take it. Good Nate. Good Nate. Well done, Nate. Wait, what?
Free kick up coming here. Wisa dropping it back. Nystrom crossing that one. It's going to go all the way through. Rebels looking to counter as they send it ahead here for Havlik. Get some help coming up left side, and then the clearing attempt blocked, and the shot is in.
Oh my goodness.
Sticking with it all the way there was Caden Vinar as the attempt, he got out front of him and he blocked the clearing attempt, and that left him a pretty good opportunity to bury it, and he did it.
Well, this is great individual effort, because pass a defender, fights for the ball, goes past another defender, and then gets a sliding shot and into the open part of the net to make it 6-1. Here's a good look at number 38, Vinar. He's happy. We've been talking so much about how they move the ball and pass the ball. Here comes a guy that just, let me just take a shot at this.
Yeah, and it worked out well for him. He just kept his momentum going, so when they tried to clear it, he just smothered it and kept on going. Vinar with it again, and nice little touch over to Harris. He rips the shot just over the top. Another good setup. Havlik just one touch over to Harris and just missed.
Good play. Nice return pass there. Nice setup shot.
Boy, and look, and those are the guys who are your subs too. That was a pretty smooth setup.
That's a first string setup.
Miller grabbing it up here for Champlin Park. Harris coming back to meet it, but the Orioles get the takeaway. Played out to the outside now for Lee, and he'll drop it off. Ishmael had it knocked away. And now Kadar running it down here for the Orioles. Nystrom working it up the line nicely there to Lee. Ishmael sending it, but nice step up there by Mork to break that up. We'll get a throw here for Osseo. They trail it big here. Champlin Park has blown this one open. They led 2-1 at halftime, but 4 goals here in the second half. Battle for it along the line as it stays in play there. We saw now an opportunity out front. Shot fake and a goal as Ishmael will get his second of the game there for the Orioles. And so they do get one more late here anyway. Good ball rotation there, and ultimately it led to a pretty easy look from the front of the net.
It looked at the push coming from the right side. Ishmael just getting past him, takes that shot. Such a dangerous player. Look at this. A passive defender, actually underneath the feet of the defender. So keeper had no chance at that one.
So a 6-2 lead here for the Rebels as we've seen goals galore in this one. Collins lofting it out. Rebels looking to get things set up. Even, obviously the score's lopsided right now, but you're looking to work on some things still.
Right.
And a thing like a corner kick here is, sure you can practice these, but in a game situation, you like to get the opportunity to work it again here.
That's a whole different feel.
Cross made here. Nobody home for the Rebels, but oh, that was a handball, I thought. I guess not. Looked like it went off of Havlic's hand there. Keeps it moving along as they'll swing it around back.
It's a cultural issue.
Played looking down the line for Vinar here, who scored a goal a moment ago for the Rebels.
A little push in the
that'll
back.
be a little trip call there. Yeah, we'll get a free kick upcoming here for Champlin Park as they continue to maintain a 6-2 lead. I said Osseo will be at Maple Grove on Thursday. That was a rescheduled one. And then Saturday game at home for Champlin Park as they'll take on Elk River.
And we'll see if they stack the offense again.
Here's this free kick, and McElveen ranging over as they went right at the net there and is able to grab that one. So about a minute and a half to go and a 6-2 lead here for Champlin Park. Not that often you see so many goals here as we've had in the second half. 4 for the Rebels, 1 for the Orioles.
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
Second period.
I thought the referee called stopping the clock, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't think so. He looked over at it, but
Okay,
I think
yeah, it's still running.
if it wasn't 6-2, I think maybe he would have there.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Of course, he does have the authority to just see if a team is stalling. He can stop the clock.
Right.
But I think you're right. I think he said,
And it wasn't really the case there. I mean, there's no reason to be stalling either
Right.
in that spot. So.
right. Nope, I think you got that one right. So in the waning moments of this game, I think if the Champlin Park players watch this game on replay, I can tell you that you did what your coach told you to do in terms of moving the ball and controlling things. And this is the reward you get for doing that.
Cross here, bounces loose in front, and that one denied by the defender. Just down to the final seconds we go in this one. And it is going to be Champlin Park winning for the 4th time this season as they put up an impressive total here, 6 goals on the night. Kana getting 3 of them, and then 1 each for Brightson, Doe, and Vinar for Champlin Park. So they will secure the victory. As you see, Leo with quite a nice night here for Champlin Park, and he is definitely one of the better players around the Northwest Suburban and around the state. Well, thanks for watching this one. Enjoy the girls' game as well. Your final in the boys' contest is Champlin Park 6, Osseo 2. For Sig Ligery and all of our crew, MJ Wilcox, so long from Osseo.